Hello, world. We are
Live.
there. You go, Professor. I like it. You're on it, my man. For one, what's up, guys? This is Fight Bananas. Dave Van Auken here.
The Professor John Radford here.
Man, in the building, John. How you doing, my man?
Doing good, man. First week of school back as a teacher, because I am a school teacher. Kids are doing great, I'm absolutely say. But my energy level and my sleep schedule is way off. Way off.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. You heard me last night when we were talking. I felt like I was dying on the phone. I felt like I was a zombie.
Whoa, like Tyler Hill zombie.
Yeah, or the Korean zombie. Either one, man. I felt like I was just standing and walking.
You're standing and walking. I love it. What's up, Chase? We'll get you on in a second, brother.
Awesome.
Yeah, man, guys, pack show, guys. We're going to have Chase Boutwell on. He just popped in. We might have him on right away. We got Brok Weaver coming in.
Woo!
The hottest, biggest name in mixed martial arts.
That's our boy,
right
though.
now. Brok Weaver, yes.
That's our boy.
He is our boy, man.
He's been on the show a few times.
Been on the show multiple times. So happy for him.
Oh, dude, couldn't ask for. Oh, dude,
Yeah.
it was great. It was great.
How many Island of Fights events have we been to that he was there in the back and just the coolest dude behind the scenes, always just chill, right? Just always
chill.
wanted to bang.
Absolutely. Those exact words, exactly.
Right.
I always wanted to bang, but he's just Brok, bro. That's who he is. When he gave that speech, all that stuff, which we'll get into later.
We will.
Awesome with him. That was just him.
All right, Chase, if you're good, man, we'll add you on right now. And then I know Brok Weaver's going to come on 5-10 minutes. We got Marcel Stamps coming on later, guys. Just pack show.
UFC 241.
UFC 241. Mike Perry, MMA scoreboard. It's a pack show, guys. Stay with us all night long. What up, crew? Sorry. JT Money, man. We miss you, brother. We do miss you.
Catch them Gators, bro.
All right, let's see it. Chase Boutwell.
Polar. Damn it. Polar Bob.
Polar.
I was going to. But never mind.
Island Fights. Just got his first victory professionally.
That's awesome. Awesome. Very impressive, too, I heard. Ooh. Oh, you got to plug in?
Yep.
We're always lacking.
Technology department, aren't we?
It's always fun.
2019.
Gosh, what a year.
I remember back in my day.
Man, UFC 241. I can't wait for that.
Bro, Anthony Pettis, Nate Diaz, bro.
Right.
I can't.
Hey, Naomi, what's up?
I can't wait.
I know.
I can't wait.
It's the people's main event for sure,
I
right?
can't wait. It's my main event. I don't care about anybody else. That's my main event. I told you about that fight. How long have I been excited about that fight?
59 days.
50. Okay, maybe like that. But also when the beef was back in the day, I was excited about it then. Thought that would happen.
Really?
Yeah, man.
You wanted you were all about it.
Anthony Pettis is one of my favorite fighters.
All time.
Yes.
The Wheaties box.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Showtime kick off the cage, man.
Oh my gosh.
Let's be real. I mean, it
Living
was
legend.
Absolutely. And he fought a murderer's row of people. So, yes, ever since that day, I always love watching Anthony Pettis.
For sure.
I'm excited. Yes, Debbie Gamble. Pettis.
We're trying to add Chase. That's technology 2019. It is what it is sometimes.
Heard you got a big announcement, though.
Oh, yeah. Can we get into that real quick?
Absolutely. Let's get into your big announcement. Because,
Hey,
hey, guys, here we go.
I was going to wait till Monday and Tuesday, and I just couldn't. Like, I was like that giddy smile. It's giving me trouble, Chase said. Keep on trying, bro. Sometimes Wi-Fi. Make sure if you do, you have headphones. But, dude, we got an hour and a half on the show. Maybe we'll get you later on tonight, Chase. Okay, so here's kind of the cool, fun, big announcement. I was going to wait till next week, but we got you now, right? So
Let's do it.
First off, the video, we'll put it on YouTube. Fight Bananas, by the way. Make sure you subscribe. Okay. If you watch Shark Tank, people, new sponsor coming on to Fight Bananas, coming on with David Van Auken. They got a deal at Shark Tank. Huge company, Manscaped. MANSCAPED.com, Manscaped. They do the shampoo. They have the trimmers. They got cologne. They got breath mints. They got clothes. Manscaped.
They're in the man's world. That's
Dude,
what they're about.
You can buy it in Japan, Alaska, Atlanta, Mobile, Alabama for Brok Weaver. Here in Daytona, Florida, you can get it anywhere. Manscaped. Put in the code, guys, DVA20. You get 20% off everything and free shipping. Oh, Brok Weaver's watching, so my plugs are over. But that's it. We'll go through it the whole night. Manscaped has joined the Fight Bananas community, man. We're so excited to have them on.
That's awesome. Awesome.
So, Brok, if you're there, hit that little fun green button. We've done this a couple times. But, gosh, I was so excited. I was so excited for Brok.
Oh, man, it was amazing. It was great. It was absolutely fantastic. Saul, I love the work against the cage, the the body punches, just going to town. I love everything, man. I love his pace. I love all of it. It was great. It was fun. It was definitely fun to watch. And
hey, what's up, Meg? How you doing? It was cool having thank you to Megan Colley around 2 weeks ago. What's up, Eddie? She was very gracious to give us a lot of her time and effort, and gave us a whole week. It was her debut fight for Invicta FC. So thank you, Megan. Appreciate you very much. Man, here comes Brok Weaver to the show. He's a legend now, man.
Already. What's up, man?
What's up?
What's up? Congratulations, first off, brother.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Yeah, man. So happy for you. Couple things right off the bat. For one, how was your travel? How did you, back home in Alabama? How's it feel? I know they got something for you on Saturday. You have like a homecoming thing. Everyone is just it's a Brok Weaver mania right now. So how are you doing? How you feeling being back home?
Man, I hate flying. It was a horrible experience every time. Not ever going to get used to flying, I get motion sickness bad, so I hate airplanes. It was a long ride home. We had delayed, and it sucked. I didn't get home till last night, but I woke up this morning, and, probably every friend I ever have has, hit me up, called me. I had some boys pull up in my yard, about 20 of us, get a celebration pic like we always do after the fight. So, and man, it don't even feel real, It really don't.
First of all, I got so many things to talk to you, Brok. For one, like I said, man, appreciate your time. The thing that stuck into my mind the most, we'll talk about the speech afterwards. We'll talk about your fight afterwards. We'll talk about that sushi dinner with Godzilla afterwards. We'll talk about all that.
Definitely talk about that. That looked amazing.
We will. The thing that hit me most, that man's drinking a Yoo-hoo.
He's drinking a Yoo-hoo. I love it. Yes.
Yoo-hoo, give this man sponsorship.
Let's go.
He's a living legend right here. The thing that got me the most, Brok, you walked into that cage, and your first words were, "We're here." It wasn't it wasn't, hey world, what's up? It was, we're here. I just that gave me goosebumps. My goosebumps got goosebumps. I just loved it. It just it shows your heart, your spirit, all your essence. If you could talk about that, your first mindset, finally walking inside that octagon.
Yeah, man, you're right about that. It ain't me, it's we here, I speak for all my people, everybody that's believed in me. Never doubted me, even when I doubted myself. Been there since day one, Had my boy G out there with me. He was the only one that could make it this time for real. And he's been my hype man, the Mowa Jon Snow now. He's been my hype man for this boy.
He's a legend now. He's going viral.
He is. I like it. That's what I do, man. I don't care. People can talk about anybody saying that people are gonna ride my, tail. Man, these niggas been with me since the beginning. They helped make me. They helped mold me. They can have all of it with me. We here. That's we here, man. I just felt like I was home when I stepped in that octagon.
That's awesome, man. That's what I mean. That's all you can say. You said it, bro. That's awesome. Congratulations, bro. It was I loved watching the fight. I loved watching your performance, the grit, everything about it. I love that you said, in your in one of your interviews that you were you heard your coaches say keep the distance, but you wanted to press forward.
Hello?
You wanted to wear him down. You grind him. I love that you felt in those moments that you knew you could break him and do that, and that you were like, it may be in my better interest to my coaches, what my coaches are saying, but I know I got this. I know I'm going to break him, and I'm going to wear him down and beat him, and that you did, sir. It was great, and very congratulations on that. Awesome job.
Yep. Yeah. I told y'all on the podcast, the week before the fight or a couple days before the fight, that it was gonna be a good hard first round. He might even get me to the ground and might win the first round, but he ain't gonna be able to keep up with the pace. He ain't gonna be able to. He's gonna get weaker, And then when he gets weaker, I'm gonna get stronger. I'm gonna feed off that, and I was really trying to get the finish. Anytime I broke off and did a flurry, but he was a good athlete and had a good shot. He would get back under me and drive me back to the cage, and then I had to go back to defending and making sure he don't win by points,
For sure. He was. Dude, Devin Smith is a hell of an athlete. Rashad Evans had a lot of great things to talk about him before the fight and after the fight. definitely one of the best fights in Dana White Contender Series history, and for him, one of the best losses. To lose to you, and to I thought he showed himself as very good potential in the future and for the UFC. But you are in the UFC. You got that contract. We've talked about it over the last year or so, especially. It was going to be last December. You fought trainee, friend, teammate, kind of Tyler Zombie Hill. You talked about him in your speech as well. That fight was supposed to be Dana White looking for a fight. Pensacola Beach, Florida. Island Fights 51. He hurt his foot. It didn't happen. And the whole year, this 2019, has been a grind to fight in front of Dana White inside that octagon. You finally got it. You said we're here. You put on the show of show. Greatest speech ever. We'll get to that in a second. But just finally, we talked about it. You wanted that fight in front of Dana. How'd you feel? Did you at all sometimes be like, oh, shit, it's Dana. That's it? Or is it just I was in that octagon and that's it? I never, I had tunnel vision.
Nah, man. I always had in my head, like I said, you got to be an actor in there. You got to be a showsman. You got to come out. I liked how I'm used to coming out to a big crowd, a lot of Moa screaming for me. I felt like I got comfortable with that. So when I got to first come watch the Contender Series and see how really quiet it is, that was good for me. Because this whole 8 weeks in training, I've been mentally training myself. What am I going to – I'm going to be my own walkout music. I'm going to be my own hype man. It's going to be quiet in there, so everybody's going to hear me. And I'm going to make sure I look at Dana and talk to him a little bit, make sure I saw a smirk on his face right when I was saying, somebody's going to sleep tonight. I was feeding off of him then. I was finessing him. And I finessed him right onto a contract. So I'm happy.
That's what
love
you
that.
do. That's what you got to do, baby.
I love
That's
that.
what you got to do. That's awesome.
That is funny talking about the Contender Series and how last time I flew out there, it was you, Hannah Goldie, Alton Meeks are all on that card, and your competitor couldn't make weight. I said he felt sick. He had a stomach ache because he couldn't make weight, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, you were sitting right behind us, and it's a weird place to fight because it's almost like the biggest scale, the biggest so many people are watching on ESPN Plus, all that. But it, like you said, it's quiet. You can hear a pin drop. And it was cool. Brandon Davis, Tyler Hill, Jacob Kilburn, your boy, Dean Toll, everyone was there, was cheering. Like I heard it was one of the loudest crowds actually for Dana White Contender Series, just those 10 people rooting for you. So, man, it's just awesome to have, like you said, so many we's, so many people had your back. Talking about someone having your back, Dean Toll. Tell me about this Godzilla sushi dinner. I got to hear about it. He said it was just this crazy dinner.
Hey, man. He's like, hey, man, I want to buy you dinner at, night of weigh-ins. I said, man, I want sushi. I've been craving sushi for some reason. Every time I come to Vegas, I just want to eat some sushi. Man, we can eat anything in Vegas. Why sushi? I said, man, just take me to the best tasting sushi spot ever. So he take me to, I don't even know what it was called, something Rock, Saki Rock or something. It's pretty fancy looking for sure. Dean Tool gonna bring in some hole in the wall place that's way beyond your budget. And I started looking at the menu and man, some crazy name sushi and all of it was stupid expensive. He's like, anything you want. We're gonna eat. We're gonna go in there and win tomorrow. So it was a Godzilla roll and it had 6 different fancy rolls. I said, man, give me that. I had no idea it was gonna come out with a Godzilla blowing smoke out of his mouth. Yeah, man. Dean, I wouldn't be here if it was for Dean, if it wasn't for him, He's like a godfather, Rashad to him. Dean's like a godfather to me, man. He's looked out for me, and I always show him my respect.
Absolutely. I was just going to get into that too, by the way. 8 amateur fights for Island Fights, 16 professional fights, including 2 pro boxing. The Babe Ruth of Island Fights, Brok Weaver. What has Island Fights meant to you personally and to your career to make you become a UFC fighter?
Yeah, man. Just the first time I fought for Island Fights, I think it was Club Live, and I won. And I met Dean and a guy named Gene Waltman, one of my real good friends from Mississippi. He said, I'm going to bring you to a guy that start doing some shows in Pensacola on the beach. And I was like, yeah, man. And I met him, and, Dean was a young Guido Dean back in the day, He was Jersey Shore Dean, is what I call him. And, man, we clicked off right there. And he didn't give me no bad vibe. You meet some managers or promoters or whatever. I don't know. You can see through them.
For sure.
Dean, hey man, Dean was just the nicest dude. Give you the shirt off his back, talk junk with you, make you laugh, and he's been a real good friend with me, man. You know, I call him my best friend in the fight game. You know, my big brother, Godfather, all of them.
That's awesome.
That's great. You gotta have one of the. You gotta have
And
one of
Island
those. Man.
Fights is the biggest pathway to the UFC. It's becoming.
100. Couldn't agree more.
Agreed.
They got the UFC Fight Pass. Their last 7-8 cards. Jacob Kilburn, Mike Davis. How about Hannah Goldie, Brock Weaver now? All these UFC fighters. They've had Cindy Outlaw, who just signed a great deal with Bellator. Island Fights creates professional fighters, especially UFC, but professional fighters. Like, just huge hats off to Island Fights.
For sure.
So, what was the turning point in the fight that made you realize, that you I know you game planned it and you did, you called it, like you said it on the podcast before how it was going to go down, and it pretty much went down exactly like you said it was. But hard first pace round, you know what I mean, first round, and then you broke them. Where did you feel that happen? Where did you know, like, yep, now it's time, I'm going?
The beginning of the second round, he reached out for a handshake, and I gave it to him. But at the beginning of the first round, the referee looked at both of them and said, "We ready?" He looked at me and said, "A fighter say, you want to touch hands in the middle?" I said no.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, okay." And so then we went through that war in that first round. I talked junk to him and he got tired. So he made sure he come out in the second round like, "Hey man, don't hurt me. It's all fun and games." Or he could say something like Conor said it could be, "It's just business." So when he come and try to touch my hand after I done dissed him in the ring and talked junk to him during the first round, he still tried to touch my hand. And then I low blowed him in the he milked that too. So I knew he was broke after that. So
Yeah.
it's just little things you cannot give Brock Weaver in a fight. You can't look away. You cannot not eye contact me. Anything, I'm looking to build my esteem and my confidence to finish you. So any little hole, any little chink in your armor, you better not show it fighting me.
Man, gosh, I love that, John. I love it.
Yep.
We've had so many people watching, so many people comment. We got a couple more questions for you, Brock, but here's a couple from like the fans watching. One was saying, did you hear about Michael Bisping? It's just seemed Michael Bisping was so pro Brock Weaver. He said before the fight, during the fight, after the fight, Michael Bisping was very pro on your side. Did you feel that going into the fight, or now watching it back once or twice, did you notice how much Bisping kind of had your back?
He said, I don't think Brock Weaver likes me, which I thought he didn't like me, because in the back when we were taking our drug tests, we was all back there, me and my opponent and everybody. We were sitting down, and Bisping come walking through the doors to go to another door, and he had to walk by me. And we caught eye contact, and he done like that, like, "What up?" So I started lifting my hand to give him my handshake, because I thought that was what he was going to do. And he just kind of dissed me and walked by my hand. I was like, "What up, Count?" And he walked by me. I was like, well, maybe he didn't see my hand. He's in a rush. He's Michael Bisping. So I let it go. And then he come back through the other door again 5 minutes later. And me and my opponent were talking about Alabama football in Michigan. And we were kind of talking junk. And I was kind of mugging, I guess. And Bisping, I guess, caught eye contact me when I just wasn't looking friendly. And I guess he thought, I don't know. I thought he didn't like me. So, but
He
that's
loved
what I'm
you,
saying. I heard the interviews, and the thing, him talking right before I walked out, and he was saying a lot of good stuff like, this dude's got a lot of heart. This dude comes to fight, So, I don't know. If y'all talk to Michael Bisping, tell him I'm a big fan, man.
Yeah. He's got a lot of heart, too. He fought a lot of, during his. But, okay. So many people are watching. It went viral. What was your mindset? You had 3 minutes after the fight, after you won inside the octagon in front of Dana White. You walked to Laura, and they put a mic in front of your face, and they're like, "Brock, what did you think of the fight?" And you put on the greatest post-fight speech of all time. You know, was it just heart, soul, essence, everything coming out of it? Just what went into it, and you know, that puts you. You saw what Dana said he thought he would be an idiot not to sign you. He laughed the whole time. He was with you. That speech goes down in UFC history. Like, how does that make you feel?
Yeah, it's still pretty crazy. But I mean, you know, like I said, I'm always thinking of things to say out there. And Dean, me and Dean talked a little bit before the fight and was like, "Yo, just remind him of everything you've been through. You ain't been through no shortcuts. You took the long way here, you know, and make sure you tell them when you go talk to Laura Sanko that you've been through what you've been through to get here, and what else do you need to do, you know." And I was already thinking that. I was gonna tell him basically all that, you know. So I rehearsed it in my head. I even said a lot of other stuff I wanted to say, but I didn't get a chance to say. So yeah, my adrenaline was still pumping, and I just come off the dome with it, and everything clicked, man. And I guess it went good. You know, everybody likes it.
It went real good.
It went real good.
It gave me chills, bro. It gave me chills.
That's all I'm out here trying to do is get people chills.
Oh, like I still right now I got it, and I had it that night, and I was like, oh my, you're watching it live, and sometimes, you know, when you're watching a masterpiece, a home run, whatever it is, you know, when Jordan hits that game-winning shot at Game 6 versus Utah, you just know you're watching something epic, and I'm like, Brok Weaver is pulling something epic. Man, it was so crazy. I know it's so fresh. You just got the contract. You know, would you want to be back inside that octagon by the end of the year? Would you want to fight by the end of 2019, or you don't mind it at all? I got that contract. You're going to train your tail off, get better every day, single day, and, you know, you'll fight when the UFC gives you a fight.
I heard Dana wants me to fight next month. So I told him 8 times a year, hurt or not, I'll fake it. I'm going to fight.
October 12th, co-main event, Brok Weaver versus Ian Valencia.
Let's go. I want that fight. I want that fight. I'll fight that fight for free.
Oh,
at
goodness,
Alcatraz.
At Alcatraz, that's right. Alcatraz, loser stays.
Loser stays. You know, Ian ain't gonna stay there by himself.
I love that so
that's
much.
Great, bro. That's
man,
awesome.
You got anything else, Professor?
Just again, man, big fan. Now, you asked me a question earlier, and I knew about you coming up, being with Pete White and everything like that. I knew about you as a fighter, seen you a couple times, but when you won me over as a fan was when me and Dave got to watch you live at Island Fights when you fought Tyler Hill, the Zombie, and that fight was epic to me when I watched you. It won me over, and then you just sealed the deal for me. I'll be never missing a Brok Weaver fight ever again in my life. I promise you that, sir. I will watch it through streaming, whatever I got to do, pay-per-view, whatever it is, brother.
I do.
So congratulations.
I do my best to entertain you.
Absolutely. Go do work.
Absolutely, Brok. Dana White, Shelby Maynard, Brok Weaver equals ticket sales, equals ratings. Man, the next time you fight, the whole world will be watching. Just big fans. Brok, thank you so much for your time. We always appreciate it before this week, after this week, and forever, man. We appreciate you. Have a great night. If you have anything else, any kind of, anything off your chest, and you want to thank anyone, any social media plugs, floor is yours. You can, if you want to give the best speech ever on Fight Bananas, you can do it.
No, I think I just want to thank God, man. Still giving God all the glory, man. I want to thank all my people. They've been here with me. They're still here with me. I love all my people, Mo-wise, man. And any young fighters out there, do not quit. It is possible. No matter where you come from, do not quit. Keep God first. Train hard. If you lose, get up. Brush yourself off, man. Do not quit. Dreams are possible.
Love it, man. Brok, man, appreciate you. Thank you so much. Stay blessed. We'll talk to you very soon. There you go, guys.
The man.
Everyone wanted the Brok Weaver interview first. Everyone. He went bananas. That's all I'm going to say. He went bananas, man. We appreciate it. We appreciate everyone watching. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube page, Fight Bananas. Tons of content, tons of Brok Weaver content. Even this interview will be on Fight Bananas YouTube very soon. We have his entrance at Dana White Contender Series. Fight Bananas YouTube. Gosh, Brock Weaver, John.
I'm never gonna miss a fight. I'm not kidding. Like there's certain fighters that I don't miss. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I won't. When he fights, I'll watch.
Showtime Pettis, Justin Gaethje, Jorge Masvidal, Brock Weaver.
Let's do it.
Am I right on that?
Yeah, man.
Wow, I'm right on that. Let's see if we have Chase Boutwell on. We still definitely want to talk about UFC 241. Holy crap, tons of people watching, man. We appreciate that. We're seeing if we can add Chase on right now. Not never. I love that. People are like, you cannot miss a Brock Weaver fight, guys. Incredible. Chase, what's up, brother?
What's up, guys?
Good, man. How are you doing?
Doing good.
Man, that Brock Weaver, he's something.
Yeah, man. That was a good little message you put at the end to young fighters. You know, not to give up and stuff.
Absolutely. And then it's, to me, very, very cool to kind of have, like, I don't want to say a role model like that, but he fought for island fights. He's he's the Babe Ruth of island fights. You start your professional career for island fights. So it's like, I feel like maybe passing the torch to someone else. And I was there live, sitting ringside. You look dominant. I'm a very, very big fan of you already. Training in one of the best gyms in the galaxy. So, just take us through to some people that maybe haven't seen you before. Tell them, where you're from. What's your favorite movie? Anything you want, man. The floor is yours for a little bit.
I'm from Macon, Georgia, originally Tennessee.
Okay.
Favorite movie? Definitely Step Brothers. I can watch that all day. It's like my favorite movie.
Did we just become best
Yes,
friends?
we did. You want to do karate in the garage?
Yes, if we got more room for activities.
Yeah.
We're on a boat.
Anything else? I started with jiu-jitsu. That's something. That was like my first love when I was 10 years old. Everything else came later though, like striking, wrestling, all that came when I was like, started striking when I was like 13, and then wrestling when I was 15. So that's something.
Okay. Have you always been a UFC fan? Like, do you remember like a Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz fight, and that's why you got kind of hooked on it, or you just kind of got into, standing up jiu-jitsu before the UFC?
No, actually, I saw a movie when I was like, I think maybe 8, and it was Never Back Down. And, I was like 8 years old, so I loved it. It was kind of cheesy, but, and I was like, Dad, I want to do that. And we went and signed up for karate like the next day. And I did that for like a year and a half, but it was never anything serious at the time. It was just like getting, coordinated more than like actually learning how to fight,
So you said from Macon, how you're down there at Coconut Creek, an American Top Team,
Yeah.
right? I saw a picture of maybe you sparring with one of the greatest featherweights in the world, Michael Beast Boy Davis, today. Am I right on that?
No, that was an awesome experience, but I definitely took a couple of shots. A couple of he is, man. You see guys like with hype around them, and you see him in person, you're like, oh, he looks human. You see him in person, you're like, wow, that wasn't a lie. Like, he's actually that big in person. He's athletic, The way he moves for how big he is, though, like, muscle-wise, it's crazy. He's fast. Like, really fast.
Yes, Chase, he's very fast.
Like, explosive. He's hit the Mayor John Raffer 255 times.
I hold pads for him quite often up here when he's up here, and it's he throws hard, he throws fast, and he's like you said, he's athletic. It's.
But before that, so how did you get hooked up with American Top Team?
From my gym back in Macon, Bubby Mitchell, and Cole Miller. They're good friends. So when I was like, hey, I'm looking to get better training, higher level, it was the obvious answer. No question, American Top Team.
It is, right? Like, that gym, been down there multiple times, love all the coaches. We're big fans and friends with Billy Patton. Just down there, all the coaches, Brown, Thomas. It's literally incredible. I don't know if I think you were actually there that Monday. It was Mike's first day. I went down there with them, and you guys were training, and it was a wrestling on a Monday. And I looked, and there was over 72 professional fighters.
Yeah, man.
UFC, Bellator, PFL, ONE FC. It's incredible down there.
Yeah, you walk in like any time of the day, like, they got morning classes and afternoon. You come in on any one of those two, you'll see like Joanna and like all these people, and you're just like just walking around. And you're like, oh, there they are, like right in front of me. It's crazy.
And And also too, like everyone, for one, I'm a closet Jorge Masvidal #1 freak fan. Like, I gotta like talk about media and do articles, but I'm just a man crush on Jorge Masvidal, the greatest fighter in the world.
Yeah.
Not a closet.
Yeah, not a closet, right? Like he's the greatest human being of all time. Also love the Diamond. It's just, but everyone there is amazing. Like you said, they're just all gracious. They're very cool. We we just talk about normal days. And one thing I always talk to them about, and now you're down here in Florida training, is like the Florida MMA scene is just on fire. Like, and there has to be a legitimate reason. And a lot of the guys and girls tell me that just the weather. You can train in the morning, you leave, you go to the beach, you sit by the pool, you even jog, you work out in beautiful Coconut Creek.
Yeah.
And then you get back down at the night, you take a class or, you lift weights. It's just incredible to train in Florida.
Yeah, that's one thing. Training in Georgia in the wintertime, your toes are going to get destroyed. I swear that's the worst. Doing jiu-jitsu with like a cold mat and then you stub your toe and it's just 10 times worse. Like, that sucks. But I'm looking forward to, like, I don't know how warm it is in Florida during like December and stuff, but I'm assuming it's going to be warm, So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it never gets cold down here, man. You're going to love it, especially down there.
Especially down south. Yeah, I'm saying it's about to be about 65 is about as low as it's going to get, buddy.
I'm looking forward to that.
Great.
So you are 1-0, Island Fights, 58. What's next for you? Like, do you want to get right back in there? I didn't see you take a lot of damage that fight. You look good right now. Like, are you ready to, get back with Dean Toole, the promoter of Island Fights, and get right back into it?
Yeah, we were talking about October, the October card in Columbus. I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm still training, so I'm ready to go.
Very cool. Man, the floor is yours. We appreciate your time. Big show, man. UFC 241. Pettis, Diaz, DC, and Stipe. Who do you got?
I got Diaz and DC.
Man, I
Chase, you were my second favorite guest of the night, and now I got to put you down to the thing. You got Diaz over Showtime Pettis?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, brother. That you love that fight's amazing.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like, you love that fight.
Oh, man.
Okay.
A lot of fights you see and you're just like, I'm going to watch it, just because. But you see fights, you're like, I'm definitely watching that one. Like, I'm not going to miss it. And this is one of those.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, y'all Romero, Paulo Costa?
Man, I don't know. Whoever lands first. That's what I'm saying.
They both hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both and they hit hard quick, so that's gonna be crazy, man. That's gonna be such a great night. Anaheim UFC 241, UFC 310, 312. Chase Boutwell will make his debut. I'm calling it right now on Fight Bananas, so we'll get you up there soon, man. Continue success. Big fans here at Fight Bananas. Can't wait. We'll definitely see you down there next time we hit American Top Team, Coconut Creek. But like I said, the floor is yours. Any kind of sponsors, plugs, family members that you like or don't like, anyone you want to shout out, the floor is yours.
I'll shout out my sponsor, Cowboy Fights. They, supported me, which is big. I didn't get a lot of sponsors. So, thank you to them. And then obviously my mom and dad, my girlfriend, all my coaches down here, Bubby, Q, Homer, all my Rush family. And that's about it, man.
Very cool, man. Chase, we appreciate your time. Have
Thanks,
a great
man.
night.
You too.
Later. Wow, guys. Fight Bananas. Chase
Awesome.
Boutwell, Brok Weaver, UFC 241. Holy crap. Man, we still got, pretty sure we got Marcel Stamps coming on very soon. Oh, I just got a message that Chase Boutwell will be fighting October 10th, Columbus, Georgia, Island Fights. So,
Get your tickets now.
get your tickets now, or if you can't make it there, you can watch it on UFC Fight Pass. So Chase Boutwell fighting October 10th. Fight Bananas, we're just breaking news, having the hottest people in MMA on. That's just what we do, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube page. Check out Manscaped. Like I said, manscaped.com. Put in that code DVA, David Van Auken, right? DVA20. You get 20% free shipping on everything. They got mints, cologne. They got everything. Hey, Henry, get on. Man, we got so many people wanting to come on. You heard it, pair first fight. Eddie, man, appreciate you. One of the best photographers in the game, Eddie Martinez. Make sure you give that man a follow. Guys, okay. So there's 3 main threads I want to talk about. We got a lot more people about to come on, but still, Mike Perry, MMA scoreboard, or just how that fight went. John, I want to talk to you about. Brok Weaver, Dana White Contender Series, and third is the UFC 241. So let's just kind of run a couple through those. You like that? And people, Q&As, whatever, people jump on.
I'm down. What are we doing first?
Let's do that, Mike Perry. Let's go chronological order?
In chronological order?
Yeah. That's why he's the teacher and I'm the hair. So Mike Perry versus Luke K, co-main event. Close fight. Watching the fight live. I watched it again one more time. Most of the world thought Mike Perry won. Mike Perry sustained a horrible knee to the face, knee to the nose, injury, broken nose. Just one of the most epic pictures you'll see in mixed martial arts and UFC throughout the years, right? But it was a split decision, and Luke K won the fight. I keep on saying it, guys. It's 2019. We're on Facebook. We're talking to 3 different people in 3 different states. We can do so much. We can buy anything on Amazon like Warhammer Fightwear, and they can be at your door 2 days later. But the MMA fighters don't know what's the score, who's winning in what round. We got to change it up. Dana, I know you're watching, brother. We got to change this up. Sean Shelby, we need an MMA scoreboard. If Mike Perry knew that it was tied or he was losing going into the third, he might change it up. He might not lay on top. Not like lay on top. You know, Luke K was going for a submission. But I think Perry thought he was up 2-0, right? And he just didn't want to get submitted and make sure you win the fight. You feel me? Like, am I off base at this at all? Like, do you see any problems with this, John?
No, we talked about the MMA scoreboard, and it would be justified. Like we said, I think we simplify it, make it not too.
Kilburn's killing it. By the way, real quick, big thank you to Jacob Kilburn. He was our Fight Bananas official Instagram on Facebook for the Brok Weaver Dana White Contender Series fight. He got great content. He was sitting next to Brandon Davis fighting on UFC 241, going to get that victory. Tyler Hill, Dean Toole, it was just awesome. Thank you. Big ups to Jacob Kilburn. Make sure you follow him on his social media platforms. He was the main event of Island Fights 58. A killer knockout. Can't wait to see what's next for Jacob Kilburn.
Yeah, big things. Big things is what next for Jacob Kilburn. Big things. But yeah, we talked about the scoreboard and making it simple, pretty much simplified. Just putting up there,
yes,
majority rule. Okay, right now 2 judges to 1, Blues winning. First round.
Yep.
2 judges to 2 judges to 1, red corner second round. You get a spot up there. Now it's tied 1-1, and you need the third round. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So we simplified it, and I think we need that. I think that could really help, but just also the fact that I don't want to say it, but home field advantage takes place everywhere in every other country, right? Like in the sense of home field advantage, right? Because when in the U.S., if you fight in different places in the U.S., you're not really getting home field advantage, right?
Correct.
It doesn't really work that way, right? We're not
Correct.
getting state advantage. It's just, it is what it is. But when other fighters do go to other countries, you know what I mean, and fight outside of the United States, and fight, and I'm not just saying Americans fighting in different countries. I mean, say an Italian guy's fighting in Korea, or a Korean guy's fighting in Ireland. You know what I mean? Everybody who's not, if you're fighting a homeland fighter, you're probably not going to get the benefit of the doubt like you think you would.
For sure.
Like,
I agree with that.
Else, right?
Yep.
So with that, though, we have to make sure that if with that type of odds, and you just know that's going to happen, that's human error, that's subjective. It's a subjective thing. It's not an objective thing. You know what I mean? So with that, we need to make sure that every judge is fit to be there.
Wow, great point.
That needs to happen. If you look at the CompuBox numbers, I don't know if it was CompuBox, but the stat numbers, you know what I mean? CompuBox is a HBO boxing thing. I think they own the rights to that shit or something. But you know what I mean? But if you look at the stats, Mike Perry outstruck him all the way, right?
Oh yeah.
But obviously his nose got broke, and one strike that can change a fight. But obviously, if he's still playing, going through it, landing punches and everything like that, that strike isn't like a knockout strike. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't play into it. It may have been gruesome, but he's still out there slinging punches and punching him in the face and pressuring and winning and staying on top. You know what I mean, and all that. So, point being, we need to make sure judges are understanding what's going on out there. You know what I mean?
100%. John, who's your favorite fighter of all time?
Anderson Silva.
Anderson Silva. Mine is Jorge Masvidal or Brock Weaver, Justin Gaethje. Everyone's different. So my point is, judges score the fight different. They see the fight different. Everyone, he's Batman. I'm Captain America. Like, everyone has different favorites. It's all good, right? Literally has a Batman shirt on. Call that one. That's called bananas. So my point is, if you can see what the judges score round 1, round 2, that'd be like, oh, wow. Mike Perry thinks he's standing up and winning, but maybe he'll switch it up and try to grapple a little bit more. Maybe he octagon control is super important to one judge and not to another. To not know what the score is, it's irrational. It's just, to me, it's like smoking on an airplane. Like 20 years ago, it was just normal. Now you think of it, it's like that is.
Why was that ever normal? I don't understand that.
That's the most idiotic thing in the world. You're like, wait, it's a closed cabin. We're smoking on a cigarette. There's my 2-year-old son Dylan sitting right behind him. It's like, this is outrageous. Not to know who's winning the blue corner or the red corner is just, it's almost a lack of getting it right, a lack of caring for the fighters. And we all know, I don't think Mike Perry lost anything. He's still, the fans love him. He went viral after his fight in the nose and everything. But for him to lose the fight that maybe he shouldn't have lost,
to take that hit and continue to press on and continue to essentially win the fight in most people's eyes and everything like that, then win the fight, that's messed up. You endured that as a warrior and putting your life on the line in there, and you endured that, and you get the fight taken away from you. That's not right. That's horrible.
Okay. Yeah, no, great points. We had someone just said they thought Mike Perry won all 3 rounds. The third round is close, but the 1 and 2 I thought was almost definite he won. It was a close fight, but Perry won. Kilburn's had awesome stuff, guys. I'm going to rewind it back. Kilburn threw up Brock Weaver versus Diego Sanchez out there. Holy crap. If that could main event Saturday night ESPN show, ESPN Plus, it could easily co-main event UFC Tampa underneath Joanna versus Michelle Watterson. Just throwing that out there. You're welcome, Dana. You're welcome. Also, Kilburn had a great point about some of these judges never got punched, or they don't, or grappled, or maybe they just boxed, or they've only had jiu-jitsu, competitions. To not be well-rounded into, to me, I love octagon control. I love someone controlling the fight, controlling the pace, saying, this is my octagon. I'm going to put my will on John. I'm moving him here. I'm going where that's super important to me. And I love the jab. Like, you control the octagon and jab, you won the fight in my books. Like, and that's just me, but everyone's different.
You hit on the good point. A lot of people don't get punched. Like, a lot of the judges haven't get punched in the face. It's not it's not fair, because at some times, I swear, there's probably some commissions that let you come off the couch, take a test of nonsense, and you can go out there and now judge professional fighters who put their life on the line and train their entire life for this. And you've literally just said, I want to do this because I want to do it. You know what I mean? Because I think I should be allowed to do it. It's terrible. It's absolutely outrageous. There needs to be some higher credentials. There needs to be some legit training. I'm not saying everyone needs to be a fighter, but fighters need to be breaking down rules to these people. Fighters need to be giving, training sessions, and coaches need to be giving, referee seminars and things like that. And real referees like Dean, Herb Dean and Big John McCarthy and other guys like that need to put on reffing seminars. And it needs to be mandatory that you have so many hours in training with these people, with these seminars, so you know what's going on. I think Din Thomas on a Joe Rogan podcast said, there was at one point I'm sitting next to, I think Dustin was fighting, he was saying, and he's putting a guy in a Kimura, and the judge looks over at Din and goes, what's he doing?
Wow.
I mean, that's outrageous.
Great point. Jacob Kilburn just wrote, practicing.
You got to practice. Exactly.
Anything in life, to shoot a basketball, to talk into a mic for 3 hours and be amazing at it the whole time. Anything in life, you got to practice. Maybe these judges should be, And I think some of them do a lot of amateur fights before they become professional. But even at the top end professional level, like my second time ever is at UFC, Uruguay in the co-main event. I don't know, man.
No, you need to have real life. Okay, so like fighters put. Okay, let's talk about this for a minute because now I got a couple analogies. We have Eric Lewis is a NBA professional referee from this area in our
Yes,
town,
sir.
right? He went to Mainland High School,
Elu.
the same high school. Elu, we know him both, right?
Yeah.
We played ball with him here. He puts on a professional refereeing for all levels clinic that they all travel here. They referee high school games, they referee college games, everything like that in this area, and he comes. When they go to their season, they have more experience of doing it. These games mean nothing in summer league. They're like camp games. They're nothing. You know what I mean? It's not like they're refereeing AAU tournaments. They're refereeing practice games where it's just essentially schools coming together that are trying to get a summer practice together, right?
For sure.
So they get their
For sure.
simulated games. Okay. It's hard to do that with fights that don't mean anything. You don't want guys doing that on a I don't want to say on a amateur level and then transferring right over to get your experience that way. You want to see all the highest levels. So what you do is fighters put themselves in bad scenarios. Fighters say, hey, I'm going to start from the bottom today and mount. I got to get out. I got to fight out of it, right?
Great point. Yes.
So this is what you do with refs and judges. You put them in a room, a lot of noise behind them, like a crowd screaming with boxes just screaming. They got to watch a fight. They never seen the fight before. You can pull fights from anywhere in the world. I don't care what it is, as long as it's professional athletes fighting and it's not amateurs. Pull it out. Let it be in the UFC. Get the noise crowd behind them, and they got to judge it. And if it comes out to where it's 100% on the opposite side of what the judge was, if it was a judge's good fight to start with, if you're getting it 10-9 and it clearly looks the other way, somebody's got to come in and go, look, what are you watching?
Yeah.
Show me what you're watching so I can tell you why you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
We have to hold these people accountable. These are human being lives in this octagon and in these rings, and they need to have
bonuses, monies, sponsorships, or just when you win a fight, of course, you move up the ladder. If you lose a fight, you move down the ladder. If you lose 2 or 3 in a row,
they can ruin people's careers on some horrible nonsense.
Yeah.
It's terrible. And they need to be held accountable for it. So they need to put seminars. They need to, hey, when you suck at selling stuff, do you not like you learn how to do it better, right?
Yeah, or they fire you.
Yes, right? That should happen in these things.
That's life, right? If you're a firefighter and you can't put water on a fire to get it out, like Chase Sherman, you get fired, right? That's why Chase Sherman got hired as a firefighter, so he can put out fires. It's just, come on. Dude, Kilburn's killing it. We might have to get you on, Jacob. You're killing this. I love it. He goes, there should be like a test yearly thing for these judges. Someone always has control. I love it. I'm an octagon control guy. A live online vote. No online vote. No voting.
You can't
no
get
voting.
couch potatoes to tell me who's winning a fight.
Yeah, we can't vote good in America on so many different levels. We're not going there. We're not. No vote. No vote.
No online voting. No.
I think there should maybe be 5 judges, so it gives a little bit. If there's error, if there's one horrible judge.
Yeah, not 3. Can't be 4. That's even.
Yeah,
got to be 5. 5 is a good number.
Thank you, sir.
And spread them all the way different directions around the cage.
So if there's one horrible one, the other 4 should hopefully vote for Mike Perry.
Make up for that other terrible person, right?
We're talking to Marcel Sams right now. We're hoping to get him on. Not showing him mine. Yeah, man. Fight Bananas. Marcel, hit the little button. We'll get him on. Dude, he's another one. I think in the UFC very soon, Dana White Contender Series fight, big fight for Island Fights, a huge middleweight, and he's got huge potential. He's like the Greg Hardy hybrid of the football fighters coming to UFC and coming to mixed martial arts.
Athletes are coming to the fight game.
Go 5 different locations. That's what Jacob said. That's what the professor said. That's why he gets paid the big bucks.
See, he knows what we're talking about.
He gets paid the big bucks. Talking about getting paid the big bucks, guys. Go to manscaped.com. Check them out. They're on all social media platforms. Give them a follow everywhere. But guys, buy something. They got cologne, deodorant. If they got to trim up a little bit. You got to trim up the face, the side. Manscaped.com.
Can they
put in that code?
Can they help my hair? I don't really have hair.
But they can trim it up. Put in that code DVA20. DVA20. You get 20% off free shipping. I'm giving it to you guys. I'm giving you 20% off
Free
the free
shipping.
shipping.
Okay, the free shipping's huge because I hate paying for shipping.
It's a mental thing, right?
No, I hit the button. I'm like, well, you added $10 for what?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Because
Because somebody just needed to. I'm buying a product from you. Send it to me.
John, I took that for you. I'm taking the shipping for
Appreciate
you.
it.
I'm going to pay it for it. I'm going
Thank
to,
you.
work my tail off to make sure you don't have to pay for shipping on manscaped.com, CVA20.
That's a good man. That's a good man.
Oh, my goodness. We had a global icon just join in the Fight Bananas community. Let's see if we can get him on. This is a global icon. Let's see. Henry at the bottom, you got to push that little person-in-person thing so we can see it. Let's see. Okay, so we talked about the MMA scoreboard. I know we had Brok. Oh, here we go.
No, I got big fingers. I'm sorry. It didn't
all right.
work. I'm not good with technology.
Global icon, living legend. You got like Jack Nicholson, Michael Jordan, Clint Eastwood, and Henry Taylor.
What up, man? What up?
You hear us good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. First, let's Brock Weaver, the performance of a lifetime. You were there. I saw you in the octagon just as much as Brock almost. Man, how you feeling? How's everyone doing?
Well, I mean, look, let me start off by saying this. Obviously they was gonna show me damn near more than they showed Brock because I'm the more Jon Snow and Brock's more like Arya Stark. So I just want a big shout out to Brock though, man. He's doing his thing, but I'm trying to get him to a level where I'm at right now. And so it's all love, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad y'all got me on here tonight, man. I need to talk.
Absolutely. Henry, we got you on for a little bit. We got a couple guys coming on after you. But everyone's saying spit a rap, Henry. Henry rap out. Like people are the community talking. Can you spit something for us?
Yeah, man, I'll give y'all something real quick. Can y'all hear me pretty good?
There. What up?
I said, can y'all hear me pretty good?
Oh, yeah, we hear you crystal clear. You're sideways on us, but we hear you perfect.
Oh, man, I don't know why I got to turn my phone sideways like that.
There you go. Whoa, now we see you. The hair's looking good. We got the white hat.
Hey, man, me and Brok been clowning all day, man, in the woods. I'm just sweating to death right now. I'm tired. All that jet lag got me where I can't sleep. But anyways, let me give y'all something. Can y'all hear me, though? Right.
Yes, sir.
I ain't got good service on these woods, man. But anyways, it's like this. It's like, it's just for y'all now. It's an exclusive just for y'all. So I'm going to give it to you like this.
Appreciate you.
It's like, the energy from my enemies got me pacing floors. And the need for love really got me saving whores. But that's the life I chose. Stack it up and touch and roll. But I still pray to God that one day he come save my soul. Seem like the way it goes is do or die suicide. But fuck it, all these perkies got me feeling too alive. I tell the fewest lies, but people want to beg to differ. My first girl was a flipper, but I can't lie, I miss her. Seems like my life's in a twister, where will I end up? Probably in Miami with the Dolphins, homie, fins up. You see, I spend bucks. See, that's why I make the dough. Scary bars, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Jason Flow. Hey, but that's all I'm going to give y'all right now, man. That's all I can give y'all.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
I can't give y'all too much.
Henry Taylor, man. Everyone make sure you give this man a follow. Man, you killed it. We appreciate you. So, yeah, out there in Vegas, how was it? Just real quick, wrap up that little 2-3 day span for you. Brock Weaver, UFC fighter.
Hey, it was probably the most exciting thing I've ever been a part of, for real. Because, me and Brock grew up from the sandbox together. So, hey, that was an emotional, the whole event. But one thing I got to say about Vegas, it's fucking hot, bro. I can't handle that.
It's August.
I can't handle that. Then Dean, too, wanted to stay in my room, so I had to let him, mooch off me while we was up there. I just don't know what's wrong with him, man. He brought his little. Hey, he tried to trade me some food stamps while we was up there. I was like, come on, Dean, you better than that, man. I don't know what's wrong with him, man.
Wow.
But yeah, man. Hey,
Awesome.
I really appreciate y'all having me on here, man. And, hey, I like what y'all doing for Brok. That's legit. That's tight.
Thank you, man. We appreciate you. Definitely, we saw that picture you put up. Great picture. And then also Saturday, I know you guys are putting in a lot of time setting up like that homecoming thing for him. So big ups to you. We appreciate you, respect you. I know you had a lot of fun out there in Vegas. Dean said, you guys had a good time. Leave it like that. And I hope you enjoyed the sushi.
Man, I can't. I don't really like the uncooked sushi. I can't handle that.
The uncooked.
Yeah, that's not my style.
Not your style. Henry, man, thank you so much. Have a great night. Brok Weaver for life.
Yeah, man, y'all too. Appreciate it.
Man, that's how we do it, guys. Henry Taylor, living legend.
That was hot. That was cool, man. That was cool, man.
Right off the top.
Right off the dome. I love it.
My name is Dave. I am the rave. I don't know how to behave. I got to ride the Fight Bananas wave.
I'm not even trying.
No, that wasn't it.
No, I mean you good, but I'm not doing it.
Okay.
I don't.
That was off the top of the dome.
Wow, man. You should hone that in. You should do that more often.
I will. Taking over the podcast MMA game, and then I'm gonna take over the rap game next.
What's your rap name gonna be, Dave?
Diamond Dave.
Diamond Dave. DD.
Ooh, I'm never a DD.
All right.
We're still trying to get Marcel stamps on. Gosh, hell of a fighter.
Can we talk about UFC 241 yet?
Yes, go for it. Here we go.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Which one are we talking about?
The whole card. I want to talk about how Brandon Davis is going to get that W. The main card is stacked. The undercard, the prelim card is stacked. Guys, I thought UFC 239 was just out of this world. UFC 241 maybe beats it. Maybe just tops it.
I don't care about anything but 3 fights. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't care. I just don't care. There's 3 fights I want to watch, and it's 3 fights that to me make this whole card, which is fine. I don't care what anybody else says to me. And I can't. And there's one fight that is I just can't wait for. And that's the picture of the guy that I can't wait to watch.
Showtime Pettis.
I hope he walks off a wall again today. I hope he. Did you see the? Okay. Open workouts. One guy smokes CBD. I'm gonna call it CBD as the benefit of the doubt. Just the benefit of the doubt. Let's just go there.
Okay.
Smokes that, and he throws some shadow box punches, talks to the crowd, everything like that. Another guy is jumping straight up in the air and doing damn near like a 720 roundhouse, and then throwing spin kicks, then throwing 2 Superman punches, then throwing another spin kick, then throwing a cartwheel kick, then double to the head, then bro, he looks amazing right now.
He looks so good. For one, I think welterweight is absolutely the weight class he needs to be in. He just looks strong, healthy. He just looks like he doesn't have to cut that extra 10, 15 pounds. Real quick, behind the curtain, pulling the curtain off. Guys, Biggie Rhodes was holding those mitts, holding those gloves for Showtime Pettis. Biggie Rhodes got a ton of love. Biggie Rhodes fought for the Dean Tool Promotion show. He fought Phil Rowe, who's fighting this Tuesday night, Dana White Contender Series. I think we're going to see Biggie Rhodes maybe on an Island Fight card coming soon to you. But just a big shout out to Mike Biggie Rhodes, Rufus Sport.
I also got to say, he did a hell of a job mimicking what Diaz does and how he throws punches during that warm-up or during that little spar session they had. If he was doing that during camp, man, that's a really good mimic of the way Diaz likes to move and things like that. I thought it was really good.
They got Coach Duke Rufus, one of the most his mind for mixed martial arts is bar none, right? Like I think he's in the top 3 coaches in the mixed martial art game. So they had Diaz plotted out. And this fight, you said it at the beginning of the show, they wanted this fight for years, John. They wanted this fight.
This is a grudge match that people don't know about, man, unless you've been with the game for a little bit, unless you've watched from the coming. My sister introduced me to Pettis when he was on Life with Jenks, I think is what it was, that little MTV thing. You saw him fight coming up through the ranks. And I started seeing Pettis then. And then I watched him in WEC, and he did the Showtime kick. And then when he became champion in the UFC, he was getting a lot of grief. A lot of people were talking about it because he was on the Wheaties box. He's just the Wheaties champion. He's just this, that. He's a pretty face, all this kind of stuff. But he was beating people. And then, he beat Gilbert Melendez, which was part of the Nate Diaz group and everything like that. Knocked Gilbert Melendez down and then choked him out with a guillotine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he was the beef was going on during that time. And if I remember correctly, and then all of a sudden,
okay, Marcel, come on back then. Come on.
we're good.
But keep going. Keep
Oh,
going.
okay, that's who that was. I was wondering what that was. Gotcha.
Yeah, we had a request to come on the show, and it wasn't Marcel Stamp. So I was like, we're fighting as we just don't let anyone come on the show. You know what I mean? But now Marcel Stamp says he's like Batman. He's like coming in under like a secret identity,
an alias. I understand. Some popular people like that have to do that sometimes. I feel you.
Marcel Swift.
All right, we're putting the 241 on pause.
No, keep going.
I thought we were getting them back on.
We will.
Okay, so
you got to hit that request again, Marcel. We'll get you.
So the beef went back pretty long. So now that you interrupt my jive, I was going good right there for a minute.
You were rolling.
You're killing me, man.
You were rolling.
You're killing me, Smalls. But anyway, this fight is amazing, and I think he looks absolutely phenomenal. I still think, like he said in an honest interview, he's like, Diaz is going to come to fight. It's simple as that. He's not a fighter. He's a fighter. He's going to come to fight. He's going to come to bang. He always does, and we all know that. And here we go. Marcel Stamps.
Marcel Swift Stamps.
Here we go. All right, 241 on a pause, and we are getting Marcel Stamps. You said is moniker Swift?
Yeah, the Swift. Alabama. That's talking to him about Brock Weaver, Alabama legend to another Alabama fighter. And I didn't even plan it. Marcel Stamps Island fight. He just fought in Island Fights 58. I think he's got 3 wins underneath the Island Fight banner. Just middleweight, 4-1 professionally. Played football for the University of Alabama.
I gotta ask him how Nick Saban is.
My man. It's a little froze right now. We're trying to get Marcel on.
Technology, man. It's always technology. It's never our doing. I'm not going to blame it on us. In this world, it's technology.
Oh, absolutely. We get no blame. Hey, Marcel, you hear us?
We're going to try it again. We're going
to try it again, Marcel. But UFC 241, that's even just the co-main event. The fight that's going underneath the radar. You said it. I'm happy you did that. Yoel Romero versus Costa fight.
Who said that's going underneath the radar? Because nobody's talking to each other? Yeah. Real fans know that fight's amazing. It has been trying to happen for, what, a year and a half now? 2 years? Is it 2 years or a year and a half?
In that 2-year range, and whoever wins this fight, are they automatically the #1 middleweight contender? Or are they just are they just next?
You name another middleweight besides them right now? That would make 13-0 Paulo Costa, right?
Yeah.
He'd be 13-0 now. And I the only way I see him beating Yoel Romero is by a knockout. Okay, let's all get that correct. He's not beating him in a decision.
Chris Weidman went up to light heavyweight, and then you got Jacare and Kelvin fighting.
But Jack Hermansson's above that.
Ooh.
Because he beat Jacare. And Jack Hermansson's fighting. And Jack Hermansson's fighting who now? In middleweight?
Copenhagen. Jared
Cornier. Yeah, so that's the top one because he just finished Anderson Silva, and he finished somebody else before that. So that's the top one. So you got a 4-way tie. You could make the winner of those two fight each other.
Man, that Jack Hermansson card could be a beast of a card.
It could be. Could be.
Could be.
Okay, so, but who do you have in that? Who do you have in that? Yoel Romero, Paulo Costa?
Yoel Romero.
All the way? 100%?
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to be a finish?
Yes. A first-round finish for Yoel Romero.
All right. Whoa. A first-round finish?
Yes.
Oh, wow. He's coming out super athletic and explosive?
Yeah, you said one thing. Here we go. We're trying to get Marcel real quick. I love what you said, John, about sometimes someone has your number. They punch your ticket, right?
Yeah.
Whitaker has Yoel's ticket. Other than that,
everybody else is going down.
Yeah, everyone else is going down. I'm a big fan of Yoel Romero.
Oh, I am too. I mean, he's a monster. He's a freak. Absolute freak nation. One of the most athletic, gifted people ever to be in the octagon. Period. End.
Met him. He's humongous for a middleweight. I think he's like a heavyweight.
Probably is.
Marcel.
Oh, man. Now we can't.
Man, we can't hear you. It's like silent. Marcel Stamps, we see you, everyone on Facebook Live. We're recording that. We're going to put it on the Fight Bananas page, but we can't hear you.
No, man, I can't hear you. And damn, I hate technology. Damn. I love technology because we're using it, but I hate it at the same time because it messes. Oh. Oh no, is that a reverberation? Oh
man, what we might have to do, we might have to take the road to take the Banana Show to Alabama and just see Marcel live.
We could do that.
You know what I'm saying?
We can do that.
We can do that. Columbus, Georgia's around the corner for Island Fights. Man, we got to make that happen. This is, Yoel Romero. So who do you have in that fight? You gave you a prediction? You have Costa, don't you?
Did you read it today?
I did read it on fightbananas.com.
That's why I asked, because I do have Costa.
You do?
I have Costa because, honestly, at the time I was thinking Yoel Romero, and then I saw you and Jordan Griffin's picks, and I was just like, I'm always the devil's advocate when we do this stuff. I can't just always, okay, we all pick Pettis, obviously, because we all pick Pettis, and I'm cool with that, because that's I want Pettis. There's another one I think we all picked too. But I went with Costa because, one, he definitely has a puncher's chance. He's heavy-handed like a son of a gun, right? He's athletic. And to be frank, his physique is better. His physique is better. And you know what I mean? I'm just going to go with the better physique this time. I'm going to be a female. I'm just kidding. That was very bad, but I'm just saying.
You're picking the mascot.
There we go.
It's March Madness.
What colors are their team colors?
Team Weaver, for sure. We're all Team Weaver here at Fight Bananas.
Oh, all day. I told you, I'm never going to miss a fight of his ever again.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But no, seriously, though, that could end quick, or that could be a hell of a strategic fight. Because they're both stand-up guys, you know what I mean?
They are.
Even though Yoel Romero's a freak athlete of a wrestler, but you never see him use it.
We just had Eddie Martinez says, statistics says Costa, my heart says Yoel.
That's a good heart.
It is a good heart, but right now, I want your fight prediction right now. Put it on the Fight Bananas page. Yoel versus Paula. I want to know. Give it to me. All right, let's get into the main event. We haven't talked about it enough. We got a Fight Bananas. It's going to be out there tomorrow morning. What this fight means for both fighters and for the heavyweight history, for the UFC history of heavyweights.
Does it define the greatest heavyweight ever?
Yes.
Is that what you're getting to?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
I had to pull that
Whoever wins this fight, I think, becomes the greatest heavyweight fighter in mixed martial arts history. It's just that simple.
What if Stipe wins with a decision in the 5th round? He takes DC and wins by a decision. Does he become the greatest heavyweight, or does it not? Is it kind of just tie it because DC won with a knockout? Does he have to win with a knockout?
Well, I like it. No, he doesn't have to win by a knockout. We'll see. They might, my favorite word in mixed martial arts is trilogy, so I would love to see that. But Stipe had the most consecutive title defenses ever in UFC history, so I think he's got a little edge on DC. DC fought Derek Lewis, which is a great, a title contender. But to me, Stipe fought 4 guys to win the title and 3 title defenses, all better than Derek Lewis.
Agreed.
All tougher matchups. So I think, of course, Stipe's title reign was absolutely better than DC's. But if DC beats Stipe, guys, his run in Strike Force, his run here in the UFC, other than the John Jones blemishes which on the light heavyweight, guys, DC goes down as the greatest heavyweight of all time.
Yeah. Not the greatest fighter, but the greatest heavyweight. You could say.
Oh, not the greatest fighter. The greatest fighter ever is Jorge Masvidal.
I love it. I love your enthusiasm about this so much. That's what I love about it.
And you ready for this one? Everyone that's listening, check back. It was just the last podcast. Jason Soares, Titan FC featherweight champion. He came on the show. It was a great podcast, but it was cool. I did the people slide into the DMs, John, and
did they?
They did. And I had questions, and one of the questions was someone got on me. His name was Mike from Cincy. I remember because I had a spiel on it. He goes, I want to meet him. Great guy. Mike from Cincy goes, why do you like Jorge Masvidal so much?
5 seconds changed his life.
That I went off. I went crazy. My blood pressure went up the roof. I'm like, why would you not like Jorge Masvidal so much? Like, I don't get why you not. One of the most exciting fighters inside the octagon, puts away opponents. Just his inside, finishing, ending fights, love it. But everything outside the octagon, funny, tells it how it is, truthful. He's not goofy funny though. He's like, to me, smart and just kind of badass funny. There's like a different, like, he's not Will Ferrell funny.
No, he's witty and like he's real funny.
Like a little,
like when I say
little bit
real,
more Vince Vaughn funny.
like
A
he's
little dry.
I'd say it's like it's not. It's It's more like a
Vince Vaughn and Swingers funny.
It's like yeah. I got you. Yeah, thank you.
So, I just come on, guys. But still, everyone slide into the DMs. We like your questions. And Mike from Cincy, if you want to ask another question, just come with it.
Just not about Jorge Masvidal because he's gonna get upset. Like I gotta calm him down sometimes. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm gonna be throwing those Brock Weaver body shots.
Oh, he was right in pain on those, man.
He was.
So you have Stipe. I have Stipe.
I do have Stipe in the rematch.
But why do you have him?
The revenge, hungry, that factor of, I think he was training an hour later than DC. This fight, I think he knows his legacy is on the line on this fight. If he loses this fight, the heavyweight division, big ticket, Walt Harris is flying up the ranks. Greg Hardy's flying up the ranks. You got who's the other
He's
title
fighting
contender?
Alistair Overeem right now.
I know, man.
We called. Didn't we say something close to that?
Yes.
Somebody's listening out there.
Someone. You're welcome, Mr. Shelby. You're welcome.
Dude, I wanted to say you called that one. Did you call that one?
No, exactly. That's my fight prediction on FightBananas.com 2 months ago, or as soon as Walt Harris knocked him out. That was like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. But I said him versus the Reem.
I don't. If you're gonna read our site and you're gonna take our ideas, toss us 5% of not the purse because that's their money. Give us 5 points. Just give us 5 points.
Give us one pay-per-view point.
I'll take one. Yeah,
I'll
take a half a point.
Come back in the rest period. Yeah, it's just this fight, and I like how he didn't fight anyone else. Like he's like, no, I'm gonna sit here and be the best firefighter in the world and train my ass in Ohio.
How can you not like him?
Yeah,
how can you not like
Stipe is one of the all-time greats, guys.
I have him because I think this time like Daniel is prepared for. I think he's going to keep the range better. I think that jab's going to come into play, and I think he lands some big shots that change DC's. That can change the fight and turn it in his favor.
Jacob just wrote, we need a Fight Bananas hot tub special.
Yeah,
I think that's actually a brilliant idea. Especially,
can we fit a hot tub in here?
You probably could, especially if we can manscape with manscaped.com and shave, so we look fantastic on the fight.
Can we all do that before we get in the hot tub? Like you do that at your house?
Oh, yeah. Oh, and the personal time.
I don't want you to do it with me there.
Yeah. But just use this special code DVA20 and you get 20% free shipping.
Free shipping.
Just use it.
Free shipping. Guys, free shipping. Everybody hates shipping. Come on.
John, the Professor Radford, Dave Van Auken here. Make sure you follow us on all the social media platforms. Say that 9 times fast.
No.
David's Fighter Hot Tub.
That's like Brandon Schaub's Food Truck Diaries. It could be the Hot Tub Diaries. That sounds a little bit worse.
Yeah. You can't put diaries in it in hot tub. Like if it's something badass like fighting diaries, it's cool. Gun diaries, but like you can't do hot tub diaries. Okay, last shot from Marcel. We're trying. Here we go. And then Jacob, if you're still there, we might put you on the last 2 minutes just to laugh and then say goodnight. All right, Marcel Stamps. We're trying, man.
Come on, let's get it. Let's get it.
It's gonna work this time.
Roll Tide.
It's gonna work this time. Whoa! Roll Tide? Really? You went there?
No.
Okay.
I did for him. Yeah, because that's his, right?
That is true. If not, he will punch you in the face.
Well, wow! I didn't. Don't do that. I don't want to get punched in the face. All pads, don't punch me in the face.
Just got an impressive victory at Island Fights 58, 4-1. Yeah. Fought in the Bellator MMA fight series as well, too.
Can you hear us?
What up?
We're almost there. Hey!
I'm out on the lake.
We got you. You got a little bit. Thanks for coming on the show. We appreciate
Truck down the goddamn road. We all also
people.
Marcel,
Doing
tonight.
Pretty good, man. Can't complain. I'm out on the lake now, enjoying myself.
Just got the victory.
How's your body? And what's next for you?
All right, can you hear me good now?
Yes.
All right, perfect. I'm up on the lake, so I was trying to get a good spot. What was
my question about how and what's
I didn't get into that question.
How you win?
Do you have any fight in your future?
Last win, I didn't perform like I wanted to. I got the win. There was a lot of things that I worked on that I didn't get to actually use and get to do. But I guess the next person that I fight, they'll get the wrath of that. We're currently, working on trying to, hopefully with me, get on the Contender or looking at another fight that I have with Legacy that they were looking at. So we're trying to sort out now if Dean, the Legacy, or if Island fights Legacy, or end up getting on the Contender. But I think with my resume right now, I deserve to be on there. I think from August of last year to this time this year, my last 5 fights in all, I've had all knockouts except for one. So everybody know when I'm going out there. I'm not going out there to butt hug. I'm going out there to put on the show.
Gotcha. Hey, Marcel,
we just break. We'll see you in Dana.
Maybe next year. Take us together.
So we're bright future. We'll definitely
talk here on the fight. Talk to you very soon.
All right, appreciate it, man.
All right, brother.
All right, hey, it happens sometimes.
Well, Joe said a lake. I want to be at a lake.
I know.
I got to go to school tomorrow.
I got to go to work tomorrow. Hey, it is what it is. Guys, thank you so much. I think we did it. Brok Weaver.
241. We're not quite done.
Keep going.
You keep telling me to keep going. I'm looking for your feedback all the time. I'm trying to have a conversation with you, man. I'm just kidding. I'm not though. Who? All right. So we said it's gonna make it the heavyweight, the GOAT of the heavyweight division, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoever wins this, to me, goes down as the greatest heavyweight of all time.
Now, let me ask you this question because it came up on something I was seeing right before I came here. All right.
Okay.
Stephen A. Smith asked Daniel Cormier, which it really freaks me out that Stephen A. Smith is asking MMA fighters any questions.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
I don't like it.
I watch him argue about basketball, football, all the other sports. I can watch them argue all day long, right?
Dude, I'm not Super J. Like anyone, if someone comes up in the game and they're awesome at it, all for him. Like
it just sounds weird when he asks about
yeah,
stuff.
just I'm not cool.
I need to get used to it more.
I just don't think Stephen A. Smith knows what he's talking about. That's what I'm upset with.
Not enough.
Yeah, not enough. I'm just like, he probably just has seen DC in one highlight.
Well, he said he was a big fan, but the question he asked was a good question, right? It was, essentially what are you going to do after this? Do you think DC would be done after Stipe? Do you think, like, he didn't say he really cares about the John Jones rematch, but to me, the winner fights Francis Ngannou. You have to give Francis Ngannou the next look, right?
Yeah.
He's putting people out, right? And like hardcore out. So it's like he deserves a shot to have a shot back. I know Stipe would fight him. We know
Oh, for
that
sure.
because Stipe is going to continue to fight. But if DC wins, does he fight Francis?
No.
Does he take that chance?
No.
Does he walk away to the sunset and say, I'm the GOAT?
I think if DC wins, this is his last fight in the heavyweight division.
Oh, you still think he's going to stick around for John?
No, I don't think he will. But 2-3 years from now, maybe he'll come back. Everyone comes back.
I don't know. I think when DC walks away, he's going to walk away
Oh,
forever.
Jacob is boarding a plane. Have a good night. Man, Jacob, thank you so much. Fly safe, travel safe.
Thank you for all the stuff
Yeah, man,
on
killing
Tuesday night,
it.
the Contender Series, man. We appreciate
Killing it, Jacob. We'll talk to you very soon, man.
All right, so do you think he walks away, or do you think I don't think he comes back if he walks away. I don't think he's that guy.
I just
Because
think
he's already 40.
Floyd Mayweather's going to fight.
That's different. He's
Maybe, like,
he's hand-picking fights. He's hand-picking fights. If DC comes back,
No.
he's not going to hand-pick a fight.
He's only
gonna
coming back for Jones.
That's what I'm saying. But Jones is only going to be so old still because he's still only like 32 years old, right? Wow. So if he comes back 3 years, he's 35. DC's 43.
That's true.
Do you see what I'm saying? That's a
Wow.
little bit.
Great point.
So, but
Great point.
But now my next question for you is,
Yep.
I labeled it on the stat picks today. I think the co-main event could go down as one of the greatest fights of the year. Like it could go down for fight candidate of the year. Not only just fight of the night, but fight candidate of the year.
100%.
100%.
Yes. The last 4 months, the matchmakers for UFC, honestly, big props, tip they had to them. The Gaethje Barbosa fight, Mazadov versus Till fight. Some of these fights they've been making in the spring and the summer have just been amazing. So they kept it up. Pettis Diaz is a once in a 3-year span. It's top notch. It's incredible.
Absolutely.
Incredible.
Agreed. And then Paulo Costa Romero, that could end in 30 seconds. It could end in 1 second. It could end, it could be a drag him out war as well. You know what I mean? If, it could be Whitaker, Yoel Romero, for 3 rounds if at any moment. But it also could go sleepy by in one quick
absolutely.
punch.
What's up, Cade? How you doing, man? Can't wait to see Cade Howell back in the boxing ring very soon. 1-0 professional, about to be 2-0 sooner than later.
Let's do it.
And yeah, man, the whole card's stacked. I love Brandon Davis, and I want to get him on next week or 2 weeks from now. One thing I got to talk to him about, and it's funny because it hits home for me. I don't fly a lot. I'm just not a good flyer, and I like driving. Just bought a new car. I like driving. So Brandon Davis and Tyler Hill and some other guys, they didn't, from the Alabama, the Biloxi, the Mississippi range, right? And the Mississippi, Chase Sherman, right?
You're gonna tell me they drove?
They drove to Anaheim, and they taped it all. I was following Instagram with Tyler Hill and Brandon Davis all for 2-3 days. It was amazing. And they would drive 8-10 hours, and then Brandon Davis is in fight week, so they got out of the car and he worked out. He jabbed a little bit. He's out there in the desert punching.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah,
That's
I wish
cool.
they taped a lot of it. Next time we'll give you a Fight Bananas camera and just go to town, have fun with it. And you know how fun the gas station trips would be in that.
Oh, yeah,
you know
absolutely.
what I mean? Come on, big
Absolutely.
gulps, huh?
Oh, dude, I love watching. That's the best thing about driving is all the huge gas stations you come across, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well now you've let me talk enough about 241. You can do your little spiel now.
No,
Thank you.
it's a stack card. Yeah, just Brandon Davis is on it. Can't wait. And then an underrated fight on this card is Sadiq is on the main card. It's
Derek
stacked.
Brunson trying to get a resurgence against the young kid Ian.
Yeah, Ian with the win. I got Ian with
He's
the win.
a
It was
monster.
really cool. Jordan Griffin from Rufus Sport gave his picks on fightbananas.com. You can check that out.
Thank you for that, Jordan. We appreciate it.
Teammate of Anthony Pettis, Rufus Sport, and then
Guess who he picked in that fight?
and then how crazy is it? Jordan Griffin was just on the Fight Bananas podcast 14 days ago, and then he put his picks in, and then White, he just got a UFC fight.
Coincidence? I think not.
I don't think so, guys. They're listening out there. We're happy you guys are listening. We're happy you're subscribing to the YouTube page. Also, a shout out. Subscribe to Ryan Quinn's YouTube page, American Top Team Wrestling Coach. He just got a brand new YouTube show. Give him a love. Give him a follow. I think Ryan Quinn is going to come on next week. We're going to talk to him about his new YouTube show, talk about American Top Team, talk about Jorge Masvidal, Mike Beast Boy Davis, Dustin the Diamond Poirier, just talk about the crew. So I think Ryan Quinn will be going bananas next week.
We're excited.
I am.
We're excited.
Man, Warhammer Fightwear, check them out, guys. Tons of great gear, shirts, the really cool, funny, good-looking pants, and then just, you know, I am happily married. 2 boys, we have twins on the way. But you know, when athletic girls wear like the stretchy pants, those are awesome. The yoga pants.
The stretchy yoga
I'm
pants.
allowed to say that, right? Like
you're allowed to say that.
I'm allowed to say that, right?
It's a thing that everybody wears nowadays.
Thank you. Like
even the ones that shouldn't. And you know who you are. I don't care. I don't care.
You know who you are.
You know who you are. When I walk through Walmart, I gotta look at some crazy nonsense.
Warhammer Fightwear. Make sure you buy the pants. And lastly, guys, Manscaped. I'm just so excited about this. DVA 20% off and free shipping. And we're giving it to you. They got packages. They got it. They were on Shark Tank. Mark Cuban gave them a deal, and now they're giving me a deal, and I'm giving that deal to you.
Free shipping. That's the greatest thing ever, bro. Free shipping.
Free shipping and iced coffee. 2 best things in the world.
I definitely disagree with iced coffee. Mountain Dew.
Guys, man, over an hour and 25. Thank you, Henry Taylor, for spitting for us, spitting the rhymes. We appreciate it. Thank you to the hottest fighter in the world right now, Brok Weaver, giving us his time. The first interview since his amazing interview that went viral. Shoot, we might even go viral, John.
Hey, but we dubbed it here, man. He's must-see TV. You heard it here.
Can't miss a Brok Weaver fight. He is equal ratings, ticket sales. Shelby, Maynard, White, you're welcome. Island fights. Brok Weaver is the Babe Ruth of Island fights. Thank you, Marcel Stamps, for coming on. We appreciate it. And thank you, Chase Boutwell. 1-0, American Top Team, professional.
Keep your eyes on him, guys.
Yeah,
keep your eyes on him.
Chase. Michael Beast Boy Davis, we're going to talk to him soon. A fight announcement, I hope, will come very soon. Just big things are happening, man.
Man, it was a great show.
It was
awesome.
a great show.
Enjoyed
I'm ready to
it.
go bananas. Thank you so much. We'll talk to everyone very soon.
All right.
All right, man. Everyone stay blessed. Phil Rowe, Dana White Contender Series, Tuesday night. Brok Weaver.